Are you stressed? Stress is not always bad. Just listen to this. Imagine you want to start a new business, a new venture. What could stress you about this? You start thinking about the legalities, wondering if it will work, if you have what it takes, what others might say about you and your new business, and so on. If you perceive this as a threat, your body will generally have a threat-based response, but if we perceive it as a challenge, the fear may turn into excitement or anticipation. This is interpreted as good stress. It is helpful for your performance. Your body is energized, preparing you to meet this challenge. Does this make sense to you? Yes, stress can help you during emergencies, complete everyday tasks, and reach your goals. In fact, if well managed, it can make you a stronger person. So everybody is under some degree of stress all the time. Actually, the only way to avoid stress is death. But too much stress can be oppressive. When your body is constantly on high alert, you may begin to suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally. The way you treat others may change. It could lead to drug abuse and other unhealthy ways of coping. It may even lead to depression or thoughts of suicide. You wouldn't want such extremes, neither do I. So how can you and I manage stress effectively? Let's consider some practical aspects that we can afford.
Today we are focusing on healthy habits that we could adapt to relieve stress, though I would prefer you start by defining stress, because some people are stressed without knowing that they are actually stressed. That can be even more stressing, you know.
Right. Well, stress can be defined as any type of change that causes physical, emotional, or psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action. So stress is not always bad, but too much stress can be oppressive. When your body is constantly on high alert, you may begin to suffer physically, emotionally, and mentally. So how can you and I manage stress effectively? Let's consider some practical aspects that we can afford. 1. Isolate clearly in your mind what is putting you under stress. Is it the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic? You are always sick, caring for an ailing relative, dealing with loss of a loved one, unemployment, poverty, pressure at school, pressure at home, family problems, pressure at work. If it is a workmate stressing you, for example, find ways to improve the situation. You could kindly and tactfully tell the person how she or he makes you feel. If that fails, you could reduce on the time you spend with the person. If you isolate clearly in your mind what is putting you under stress, your response to it will likely be less severe, even if the cause cannot be avoided. Have you tried this approach and it worked for you? We would be glad to know your experience in the comments section below. 2. Talk it out with a trusted friend. Discuss with a sympathetic friend who may be able to advise and help with practical suggestions. Your experienced friend might help you have a better view of your problems, to see things in a different light, because sometimes the difference might be in viewpoint. What stresses you may not stress someone else.
Like one psychologist said, between a stress-induced heart attack at age 50 and living well into your 90s, that how you think about stress matters. It affects the way your body responds.
Nice approach there, from a health psychologist who encourages optimistic view of stress. So discussing your worries with a trusted friend might not only help you get it off your chest, but may adjust your attitude, hence giving you much relief. 3. Exercise. Regular exercise promotes better health. Exercise has been shown to improve your mood and decrease feelings of depression, anxiety, and stress, enabling you to tackle daily tasks more effectively. Regular physical exercise will help you use up the extra sugars and fats in your blood caused by stress, thus counteracting the biochemical effects of stress and restoring your body's healthy balance. Let's find out more from Richard. So Richard, what impact has regular exercise had on you?
Thank you, Patience. Exercise is the best way you can rejuvenate your whole self. Well, my frequency or regularity, as some may call it, is 3 times a week. So for me, regular physical activity is my life. There's no question about it. It is not something I would bargain whether I should or should not. I like it or not, I should. It greatly improves my mood, lowers body weight, my immunity is much better, and most importantly lowers stress. It becomes easy when you plan for it, including it in your daily agenda.
Thank you very much, Richard. So make health and well-being a priority. Are there other activities that could be shortened to fit your physical activity? Exercise does not necessarily have to go for hours. Being moderately active for even 10 minutes at a time can make a positive difference. You could make it more exciting by including friends, family, or co-workers in your physical activity. 4. Balance work and play. Do you find some time to play? When you become workaholic, you may not have time or energy left to enjoy what you have worked for. If it becomes a habit to work overtime, you may be at high risk of burnout. Results are fatigue, mood swings, irritability, and stress, and that may decrease work performance. That's not what you want. So it is important to schedule some time for recreation, perhaps a hobby that will absorb you and divert you from the physical or emotional causes of stress. Create a balance between your job and personal life. Have you tried this before? What have been the results? 5. Get enough sleep. It can be addictive to stay up late on social media, TV at the cost of enough sleep. A sleep deficiency is itself a stress on the mind and body, and makes one less effective in coping with other stresses. Sleep lets your body repair itself. Research has shown that sleep is when your brain processes your emotions. When you cut that short, you tend to have more negative emotional reactions and fewer positives. You could even be more vulnerable to accidents. Your best bet is to shoot for 7 to 8 hours of slumber each night for peak health benefits. If you have trouble getting sleep, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of our future video on sleep. 6. Keep it simple. You need to learn to evaluate your priorities in life. Perhaps you face a situation that will involve stress, a new job, having another child, taking out a loan for a major purchase. Before deciding what to do or how to respond, ask, am I willing to accept the stress involved? Is it worth it? Just how important is this to my life? Such evaluation will help you realize your limitations and priorities, eliminating unnecessary stress. Keeping it simple will mean you set realistic goals, single task not multitask, declutter your home, live in accordance with your means, and the list continues. Let's consider just 2. Single task management. You could start by listing your tasks in order of importance, focus on the more important ones, see which ones you can delegate or even eliminate. The more you are in control, the less pressured you will feel, and this will ensure better performance. Declutter your space. It may be at home or office. The bedroom can be that place where we want to hide everything because guests hardly reach there. Does this look familiar? Do you find yourself stumbling over things on the floor or buying new pants to match your shirt, only to realize later that you had a better one as you were rummaging for another item in your things? We cannot completely separate our mind from our environment. Remember, the bedroom is where we go to rest, to connect, so we want it to be a peaceful space that leaves you feeling calm and relaxed. So organizing and eliminating some things that we don't need now will give a more spacious, comfortable space. A stress-free environment, so to say. Keeping it simple will enable you to appreciate and enjoy what you already have, and more likely to relieve stress. 7. Watch what and how you eat. Eat nutritious food. Calories are important. Your body needs them to maintain various organ functions and to keep you active, but too much is not healthy. Eating low-calorie food is associated with weight control, better mood, and improved overall health. They are usually vegetables high in insoluble fiber and water content. When you feel stressed, go green, eat fruits and vegetables. According to studies, those who consumed more fruits and veggies felt happier, calmer, and more energetic. They also had a lower risk of depression than those who took the least. And tried to avoid skipping meals. Eating can be a rewarding opportunity to have small breaks in between work, so you can stretch and refresh, therefore melting away small doses of stress. It would be unrealistic, however, to think that we could fully avoid stress today, but if you make it a daily practice to manage small doses of stress, then you will avoid being a victim of oppressive stress. If your stress becomes a nuisance, then it would be important to visit a special doctor like a psychiatrist who could provide psychotherapy and medication. Was this video helpful?